Agrochemical makers in India. While competitive intensity from China has waned, prospects of a below normal monsoon in India threaten to derail expectations for the year. But despite these pressures, expansion plans are on track at some or several chemical firms. To know about one such player, Insecticides India, what they intend to do, let's speak to the Managing Director Rajesh Aggarwal, who joins us right on the phone line. Mr. Aggarwal, good having you. Thanks for joining in. Actually, but just before I speak about your expansion plans, just one question on this below normal monsoon. Last I heard, for the month of June, at least 40% below normal. Does it have any immediate impact on demand or pricing?
I would say that it's too early to comment on that because the pricing don't get impacted. Yes, psychological price, because this is the beginning time and generally the sowing starts. In some states, it has been good range due to the cyclonic impacts, like particularly in the northern parts of the country and some western areas. And at other places, it is very, very dry. So the sowing is going to get delayed in western and southern areas. But in North India, so far the rain has been pretty good actually, and that has set the base or tempo for the coming season actually, and things look very, very positive actually. So we are very, very hopeful from this season because percentage gains are not very important. The importance is what is the quantum of rains and when the rains happen. Because sometimes the percentage gets filled, but if there is a sudden outbreak and there is a sudden rain, which is which it can have a negative impact also. But if it is a continuous rain and it comes as per the timeline, then the benefit to agriculture is more. So far I don't see any big loss to agrochemical industry or agriculture. But yes, we want to see the monsoons coming soon.
Okay. Let's talk about your expansion plans. I'm guessing that those plans for any company don't change because 1 month is subpar or otherwise. But can you tell us how much your capacity would be expanding to, by when, what's the kind of money that you'll be putting for the same?
Yeah, we have a agenda wherein we wish to do the backward integration further. So we may go upstream for certain technicals, and we may also start making certain new active ingredients in the country. For this, I need expansion, and we'll be doing the brownfield expansions at our 2 liquid locations in Rajasthan and in Gujarat. And also, we are going to set up an export-oriented unit. So all this investment is lined up for next 2 to 3 years of time. Why this timeline is long? Because there are certain permissions which we have already filed for the expansion of the technical plant, which are awaited. But yes, we will start the work of our export-oriented unit soon, and we will target to finish that EOU in this fiscal actually. And these expansions of the technical plant may get to next year. So once I start, it may take up to 2 years, 1.5 to 2 years to complete everything. So I can call it a 3-year budget actually, and it can run anywhere between 100 to 150 crores.
Okay, Mr. Aggarwal, good afternoon. What is the current contribution from the exports right now on the top line? And since your expansion plans are more got to do with exports, what sort of number can it go higher by?
Export is something which we started very, very late. We just began our export in a big way 3 years back, and since then it has been increasing. Like if I talk about last year, it has doubled from 30 crores to 60 crores in the last fiscal. And this year again, the target is to double the export, and we'll take this revenue up to about 120 crores. And we are going to show a good CAGR. Actually, ours is a regulated industry where you have to register every product in every country. It takes some time. In some countries, it can happen in 1 year, and in some countries, it can take 2 to 5 years. So everything is in process. We have signed the contracts. And I'm very, very hopeful that very soon our exports will be reasonable number of our total turnover. Like if I talk about last fiscal, then we have done a total turnover of little less than 1,200 crores actually, where the export contribution, you can say, is just 5% in the last fiscal, which will, of course, be a reasonable number this year. But every year we will see the growth in exports.
Okay, so you're looking to increase your exports. You said it can go up by 100 to 150. And looking at last year's numbers, it could be 10% of the total turnover going ahead. But tell us about the new products that the company is looking to launch in FY20 and how many of them will be launched under the Maharatna category from where you garner higher margins?
Yes, we are planning to launch many innovative products because we wish to provide the farmer with the new solutions, because I believe that customer don't need the product, he needs the solutions. So for that, we are trying to bring the new technology into each of the common farmer. And this technology I am bringing through my foreign partners. Particularly here, I would like to talk about my Japanese partners. I have three specifically. And with Nissan and OIT NGO company, who are my key partners, I am expecting many products to come in this fiscal also and in the next coming fiscal also. The total number of launches which we are expecting in this season is about 7 to 8, out of which 6 to 7 we have already made the announcement. And out of the 6, 7, at least 2 to 3 products will be from our Japanese partners. And of course, in the later half of the year also, we are planning that we are expecting to crack certain more registrations. So the total launch can vary from 7 to 10 in this fiscal actually. And in the next fiscal also, my pipeline is very, very strong.
And what sort of additional revenues can this new product bring in?
I target a growth of about 10% plus from the new products every year. So, and since now we are focusing more on new products, so yes, 10% minimum contribution should come from the new products. There will be some growth from the products which are launched in the recent past, because if we see our new launches, then new launches are contributing very well. And the focus is that we bring the products, those products only, where we can believe that there is every reason that they are going to come under the Maharatna categories. I mean to say, they are going to be our products for the future. Then only we are launching the products. So the expectation and growth from the new product is expectation of growth is very, very high and reasonable. But at the same time, we will be discontinuing certain generic products which are not doing very well in the market. So overall top line growth will be target of about 10% plus, because there will be some tail cutting also. But yes, since we are launching these new generation products, of course, since these are the blue ocean categories, so the margins are relatively better. So we'll be growing better in terms of our total margins.
Okay. 10% revenue growth, which means you can do somewhere in the territory of 1300 to 1350. I just want to understand what is the margin differential when you launch products under the Maharatna category? What sort of margins are you getting from there vis-a-vis the other products?
Again, it varies from product to product, because in certain products the RMC in the Maharatna categories also go as high as 70-75%, and in some other products it can be as low as about 50 to 60%. So the new products which we are trying to bring, the agenda will be that the RMC should be in the range of 60-65% only, not more than that. So this means that, of course, the EBITDA margins and the PAT margins are going to improve.